Hello, thank you for joining me. This is going to be the live demo of the articles database created by Allec, Vincent Melara, and Felix. I'm going to go ahead and start by going into my local instance. As you can see here, I have a file called articles.db. This is the pretty much the mother file of this whole database. It'll drop the database if it already exists and then recreate it. And then I have the use right here just to ensure that we're using that specific database as the default article for this script. And I'm going to go through each table. So country is basically contains the country ID as the primary and country name. Then we have state. This is the state which is inside each country. So we have the state ID, the abbreviation, the country ID, and it has a foreign key of country ID, which references the country table. We also have the city table with the primary key of the city state ID, the city name, state ID as an int, and this is a foreign key that references the state ID up here. And here's my location table. Location ID is the primary key. We have location name, the name of the tech bridge location. We have is active, which is a 0 if it's not active, or 1 if it's active, referencing its like status, like is it currently operating or has it closed down. Director name is the name of each director for each location. The LinkedIn, which is the link that'll take you to the name to the director's LinkedIn. City state ID is the city state pairing, which the location is located in. I put city state ID because this isn't just a city ID, because there could be one city in multiple states or one city in multiple states of multiple countries. So I just wanted to narrow it down to the city state relation. And then we have URL, which is the URL per location. So each location has a website, focus area, different focus areas of each location and different information. And this is actually being taken from the Naval X website. If you come here, this is the map of every location. And for example, if you click on a location, it has a little page. So that is where I was getting this information from for this current project. We also have context, which it is pretty much is a summary of what everything that's in this table. And then index, it indexes the location name, because location name is going to be referenced as a foreign key in another table. And then city state ID, like I previously said, references city state ID. Now we have a source which is connected to each article. Article hasn't been defined yet, but I have to define source and author first before I create the article table. So we have source ID, primary, source name, author source, primary key, author name, source ID, and source ID references source ID appears a foreign key. Then we have the article table. Article ID is the primary key, location ID, which is also a foreign key. And then we have title of the article, author source ID down here is the foreign key. I made an author source in a similar way to the city state ID, where each author can have multiple sources. So if someone wants to find, want to choose a source and wants to choose a particular source and wants to see the authors associated with that source, you can do it that way. Because there could be multiple sources with multiple authors and multiple authors with multiple sources. So I wanted to make a relationship pairing with that. Then we have publish date, URL for the article, summary of the article, context, and then full text, which is the full text of the articles. I did not do the full text of every single article because it was time consuming. We thought that it was just best, our team, to just have a few full texts inserted into the article database. We have keywords, the keyword ID, and the keyword count. This is a calculated column by a trigger, which ups the count or subtracts the count every time article keyword is added for each keyword. And then we index the keyword because it's going to be called an article keyword. Article keyword represents the relationships between articles and keywords. So the ID is just a standard ID. I could rename that to like article keyword ID, but I just left it as ID. Article ID is the int. Keyword is the keyword that it calls from this table. Foreign key is the article ID, and then also foreign key is keyword, which references keyword from keyword table. And then I'm just going to quickly run through all the inserts, inserting countries, inserting states, inserting cities, inserting locations with all of the everything that I need. We have insert into source, insert into author, insert into article, and this does have some of it's. They're very long for the article inserts. I will not go through the whole thing. Let me just get back here. And then we also have insert keyword, insert article keyword, and then here's where we have all of our procedures and functions and triggers, which I will demonstrate right now. Before I start the demonstration of the procedures, the functions, and the triggers and the views, I will just show you, let me create the database first. I jumped too soon. Here, if I run this, it will create the database. I will create a large select statement for all of these. So this is the location table, the city table, the state table, country table, articles table, source table, author table, article keyword table, keyword table. And I will begin by demonstrating use cases for location. So I'm just going to go through this, click run. So the first procedure, well, before I start demonstrating procedures, let me just show you the list of procedures. I have a few views, and then I also have a lot of stored procedures, as you can see here. And then we also have a few functions. I'm going to start off with articles. So here is adding the Larry Clement tech bridge. It gives a notification that it has been successfully added, and you can view it here. It's been added. We have, if you want to change the name of a location, I changed it to the Felix tech bridge. And then here's a procedure to change the director name of locations. And this procedure creates a trigger which displays the audit tables for the old director name and the new director name to just keep track of changes. And then we also have a procedure to replace or add the director LinkedIn. So I changed the LinkedIn to Luke Felix and not Larry Clement anymore. And then here's a procedure to update the change of the status of the location. You could, if it's Boolean, it's 1 is active, 0 inactive. So like if a location shuts down, it will turn to a 0 here. And then we have a procedure to get one article. Like let's say the article provider just wanted one, or not, the keyword definer wanted one location. Here's this one location. And then we also have get all locations, which will get all the locations. We also have get active locations, which will give me all the active locations, and it will not show 19 because I did change it to 0. And then we have get locations by state. You could get all the locations by state. You could put in any state abbreviation that you want. And then we also have city right here. And I changed the names of a few cities. I don't know why city audit isn't showing up. So let me just create a different file right here, and it'll show you the old value and the new value of the cities. Like let's say a location changed, or the name of the city changed, or something changed with the city. That would be the audit for that. Then we have the articles use cases. Let me just run this real quick. First use case adds Vincent Melara hired by NAVC Corona. This function, and then it appears here. And then this procedure counts the number of times a keyword is found in a specific article ID. So I wanted to find how many times the word Navy is mentioned in article ID 3, which would be this one. Then we also have another procedure to return the 5 most recent articles. We have a procedure to get articles by year and month, 2023 of September. We also have a procedure to return all articles from a specific source. These are all the articles from the Navy press office. We also have a procedure to change the name of a source. So this is the name of the source before, is Navy press office. It got changed to Tim News. I also have a procedure to find articles that have a specific keyword. Testing, these 2 articles have the testing keyword in them in the full text. And then we also have a procedure to return the full text of a specific article. So this is the specific article of article ID 2. We also have a procedure to insert the full text into the specific article. And here you could see that the full text has been added here. And then we have another procedure to return all the full texts. Let me just scroll down here. This is the full text of all of the full text that I've added to each article. I haven't added them all yet, but I'm working on that. And then we have a procedure to delete an article. So I deleted article ID 7. That's why there's a gap between 6 and 8. And then we have a, I believe this is a procedural function to find the location mentioned in an article. So let's say I wanted to find the locations that were mentioned in article ID 3. So these are all the locations mentioned in article ID 3. I have a function to calculate the average character length of articles about location ID 2. This is 7,258 characters average. And then we have a view. Just gives a full scope report of the locations and their city name, state abbreviation, country name, along with the articles, locations, any information you would want. I put about article location relations. Then we also have article details, which says the article as well as like their publisher information. And now I will show you the keyword. And we also, well, before I show you keyword, I believe I have a view here, which will show you all of the articles along with each keyword that I've added to the keyword table before I start doing it. So this is like all the keywords for a specific article title attached to its ID. And then let's say I wanted this add keywords procedure added 3 keywords. You have to add keywords before you could create a relation between keyword and article, since it just throws an error if I try to add keywords that aren't defined already into article keywords. So here are the calls in to add article keywords, which will show here. And article keywords, Pacific and Atlantic has been added twice. So keyword count will show up as twice for Pacific and Atlantic. That represents how many times a keyword has been mentioned per article. So I won't tell you the amount of keywords like in total. It'll just say, oh, how many articles have this keyword? That's what keyword count represents. And then let's say I tried to add a keyword again. Pacific already exists as well as Atlantic. So you cannot add a keyword to the table that already exists for the specific article. And then this procedure will count the keyword occurrences in an article. And this is just showing that the article keyword table, which relates the article ID to keywords. So article ID 2 has Pacific and Atlantic. Article ID 3 has Pacific and Atlantic, which I just updated. And then this is the amount of times the word Navy appears in the second article. And then the most used keyword right now is warfare. And this is a procedure to get the keyword that has shown the most throughout all articles. And I believe I showed all the views. I demonstrated all of the procedures. I don't believe I'm missing any of the procedures. And then I demonstrated the calculate average article length, and I calculated the count keyword occurrences in article.